Hey guys, all right, I completely goofed up. I just got a haircut and I had hair all over my face. It was a perfect take too. Ran the whole video, one shot, it was great. And now I need to start all over again because I had hair all over my face in that first video. So here we go again. This is take number 6. We shared a couple thoughts with our agents yesterday at our team meeting before we had Mr. Tori Ramirez share with us about online leads, scripting, phone calls, follow-up, things like that. It was awesome. We kind of gave a little bit of a market update, and there are 4 or 5 different things that as an agent, I want you to take away and understand this is where we are, and this is what we have to do, not just to survive. I'm not into surviving, I'm into thriving. And I want everyone that works with me and around me to thrive. And I don't think that the market being what it is any excuse for not accomplishing your goals. So we have agents right now that are absolutely crushing it, killing it. They've already hit 75% of their goal for this year. And so the thing is, we'll talk about that later, the market. History tends to repeat itself. So if we're going to talk about history, let's talk about 2008, 2009, right? As bad as it can get. 2008, 2009 were historically a recession in our industry. They were a recession, in our economy. And the numbers for that year, there was 1 million agents, and there was about 4.2 million home sales nationwide that year. The past couple years that we have been 6 million plus home sales, so significantly higher than that. We have recovered, more than recovered, right? Doing very well. Now, that being the case, Zillow has come out with 2023 projected numbers being 4.3 million. Sounds familiar, right? Sounds like 2008, 2009 numbers. And that's not bad, except at the end of the day, we have 500,000 more agents that are licensed. So there was 1 million agents then, there's 1.5 million agents now. So less home sales and transactions, less transactions going on, and more agents to compete with. So what do we do? How do we compete in this market? How is Rio have 15 deals closed and pending on the year, and we're not even 6 months into the year? I'll tell you, he has upped his game by 60%, 50, 60% to do not just the same amount, but more than he's ever done before. So if we look at the market right now, we look at our buyers, we look at our sellers. I'm sure if you're in real estate, you have a lot of buyers and sellers that are sitting on the fence or on the sidelines, right? And they're waiting for a couple things to happen. They're waiting for, let's just say, the interest rates to go back down to 2.5%, 3.5%. You and I know that's not going to happen. They're also waiting for a market crash, or they're waiting for prices to go down. With the inventory this low, I can tell you that's probably not going to happen. It's definitely not going to happen anytime soon, as long as the inventory is as low as it is. Sellers are sitting on these interest rates. They don't want to part with these interest rates that they got 2.5%, 3.25%, 4% interest rates. They don't want to part with that. So they would rather rent that property, hold on to the real estate, rent that property, and buy something else at a higher interest rate. We typically see during this time of year so much activity, so much more activity than we are right now, because people are making lateral moves. They're moving up, they're moving down, they're moving 3 houses down the same street because it has a pool. They're doing these things because they can at that time. Now, the theme of our last 3-4 months of listing appointments has been very minimal and motivated sellers. So divorce, death in the family, job relocation, you name it. It has to be, it's typically a very motivated seller that we're meeting with. We had an appointment that was 5,500 square foot, and it was just the two of them because their last kid just graduated. They don't need that big house anymore. They don't want to pay the utilities and the taxes and all this other stuff that go along with it. But they know that they're gonna have to bite the bullet and pay a little bit higher interest rate when they let go of that house. So there's a lot more reluctance to make a simple move like that would have been in the past, because of the much higher interest rate than they have right now. A lot of sellers are wanting to hang on to that. So what? All of that said, so what? What do we have to do to be successful in a year that is, as crazy as this one has turned out to be? You have to up your production. You have to up your prospecting. And so whenever you're looking at, hey, what am I doing this week to have more conversations, to set more appointments, to get more deals done? You have to up that by 60%. Why? Because you have a 30% dip in the market and 30% more agents in the market. You have to have 60% more conversations. How do you do that? Well, if your only means of prospecting has been your sphere and social media, which are kind of two in this, one and the same rather, you need to have more legs on your table, right? So Tom Ferry always talks about having more legs on your table being the career and the legs being the support to your career. A one-legged table, very wobbly, probably not going to be something that you want to eat dinner on. Two-legged table, still like not very stable. Three-legged table is a lot more stable. Four legs to that table, I'm eating dinner there, right? Each leg is a prospecting pillar. And so whether that is open houses, circle prospecting, door knocking, cold calling, I hate cold calling, online leads, networking, sphere, whatever it is, client care programs, all of those different things. And there's 100 or 1,000 different ways to prospect. I want to encourage you, if you typically do one or two of those, do 3 or 4, even 5. Graph those into your calendar and say, when am I doing this? How am I doing it? If you need to reach out and talk to anyone about, hey, what do you do? How do you do it? How do you have 30 conversations during the week and set up 3 appointments, right? That's a struggle for a lot of people, but that's the only way that you're going to hit your numbers this year. If you're struggling with your numbers already this year, if you're saying, hey, I started out wanting to do this, 25, and I've only sold 6 homes this year, closed and pending. We're about to put out a 6-month business plan to get everyone back on track. Aaron and Kelly and Victoria, they're all helping me out with that, putting that together. I should have it by next week. If you would like that business plan, please drop me a comment below or send me a DM, and I will get that to you as soon as I get it. You'll probably see it on here as well in a link. So thanks for watching, and up that prospecting.